are no two pantries that are the same. And storage that may work for one person might not work for another. And that is where ShelfGenie comes in. They have customizable solutions for all of your storage needs. Alan Regala from ShelfGenie is back to work his Genie magic. Alan, so glad to have you.
Good to see you, Amity.
I really am always amazed at the magic you can create in somebody's kitchen space or pantry space or wherever they need you to do what you do. But please share what it is you exactly do.
Well, ShelfGenie designs, builds, and installs custom storage solutions in people's homes, primarily using pull-out shelving. And we take spaces that are super frustrating and painful to access, and we make them more functional, more enjoyable to use on a day-to-day basis.
The immediate need that comes to mind for me that is so frustrating is maximizing food storage space, because then things get forgotten, lost, expired in the back. How do you design a pantry to maximize that?
Yeah, most pantry spaces are incredibly difficult to use, especially those that are really deep.
Yeah.
They've got shelves that are, again, super deep, like 2 feet deep, lots of space in between them, and so you end up just like piling things on top of each other and lots of wasted space as well.
Right.
And people end up with things that are expired in the back of the cabinets.
All the time I'm like, I forgot about this. I thought someone ate it. No, nobody did. The pantry ate it. So you've got kind of an example here of what you can do.
Exactly. So the first thing we do, the most important part actually is designing the space with our customers, and that is, like you said, no two people use the space the same. So we're really finding out how often they use certain things, and we take into account the sizes of the items and adjust the design accordingly. So like you can see here, we've got shorter spaces for things like canned goods.
Okay. Perfect. I have not been able to get to my diced tomatoes in years.
Yeah, and exactly. And then you can have different size spaces. So go ahead and pull it out.
So this is cool. This is where you can put all your, cereals, taller bottles. And what I always love about these pullouts, and ShelfGenie specifically, is the weight that they hold. I nearly threw my back out trying to grab some soda cans the other day from my garage that were on the floor behind something. But can you imagine the ease with which you could just... And it slides so easy. What's like the weight-bearing load of one of these?
Our rails are a minimum of 100-pound load capacity.
Wow.
And so
Minimum.
And so in spaces that are even deeper or wider, we actually have 200-pound rails to store bigger, heavier
Your kids
things.
could climb on them. They shouldn't. Don't let them. But they might try. ShelfGenie seems really, really helpful for these deep spaces. Like, how deep can you go somewhere?
Well, it's really amazing. Like I said before, most people have these kind of standard cabinets which go approximately like 24 inches deep. But look at the space like this, which is a customer of ours in Bellevue. And this space is closer to, it's like 29 inches or so deep.
It's like 2-3 feet.
And then this space, this is about 40 inches deep. Those like over 3 feet deep. Where you can get access all the way to the back. And these are 200-pound rails because of the weight and the depth of those spaces. So, we can go up to 40 inches.
That's incredible. That is very, very incredible to see that amount of space being used. What other types of pantries or spaces do you work with?
So lots of different styles of pantries. So this one obviously is a cabinet-style pantry.
Right.
We've got closet pantries that we do a lot of work in. And that's a space like this where you'll typically see, wire shelving from the builder.
Me.
And then you've got kind of a random assortment of sometimes things that little shelves people will try to put in. And so what we do is we'll take that space and, again, work with the client, a custom design. And on the right side, you can see here, we actually have a small, narrow space for a step stool and a couple coats.
Maybe a broom?
A broom, exactly.
Gosh.
So we got a nice tall space. And then on the left, we've got a bunch of glide-out shelves to take advantage of all the food items there on the left.
That's great. Okay, so more closet pantries now.
So this is now has 2 doors. It's a double door, so it's a bit wider.
Look at that.
And again, that left, going from that on the left to what's on the right is actually, it's about 50% more storage space.
I was going to say.
It's deeper than the shelves on the left. And then you've got all the different compartments for the different types of food items. You've got, actually there's a mixer in there and some other appliances, as well as there's a step stool on the left side and a broom, which you can't see. But
that looks so nice. I would leave it open for everyone to see, Alan. I'd be like, look at how nice that looks. Okay, and I believe this is our last closet pantry.
Correct. And this is actually a very similar sized pantry, but what I want to focus on here is that the design is completely different.
Okay.
And that's because the types of items that this person is storing and just working with them directly exactly what their preferences are. And so here we have more of kind of a center column of wider glide outs. And then the top middle ones are kind of split in half for easier access.
Okay, I like that too. This all looks so great. Let's talk about walk-in pantries, because I know a lot of friends of mine have these walk-in pantries, similar, wire shelves and just stuff everywhere.
Yep. Yep. And stuff ends up on the floor inevitably.
Yeah. Yep.
So you can see in here what we do is the big issue with walk-in pantries is how you address the corners.
Yeah.
And the deeper you make the shelves, the more difficult it is to access that corner space.
Yeah.
So having really good solutions for the corner is important. So in here, we actually put some turntables, some Lazy Susans in that corner space so that they're still very accessible. And then we make these shelves much deeper than they were before so that you have more storage space but still remain easily accessible.
And then this one, I've been in this pantry before.
This is my pantry at my place. And you can see here on the left-hand side, this is what came with the house, was just these kind of standard shelves. They're not very deep, so we make them much deeper. We added about 30% more space, and then we split them kind of left and a right, and everything pulls out, so it's easy to access. We've got so much more usable storage space, and it's just, it's so much better than it was before.
It's so incredible. I have to say, I haven't seen, every time you show me something new and I'll go, wow, like the floor to ceiling Lazy Susan, that's genius. The things you come up with. Alan, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
And you know what? ShelfGenie has a special offer for our viewers. The first 15 New Day callers will get a free professional design consultation and free installation.
This portion of New Day Northwest is sponsored by ShelfGenie.